All right, everybody. So we're back with the showcast, and our guest this week is someone who has had a long career in both television and film of all genres. You've definitely seen her in a lot of projects that I know people love. I know Adam loves and I love, from playing, a lifeguard on Baywatch to a woman being lied to by Jim Carrey in an elevator. She's done it all. Her new show, Significant Mother, premieres this Monday, August 3rd at 9:30 on the CW network, but we're very happy that she's here with us right now, spending a little time. Please welcome to the showcast, Krista Allen. Krista, thanks for spending some time with us.
Oh my God, I feel super famous with that intro. That's amazing.
You are super famous. That's why we have you on.
And there's so much that we can talk to you about it. Again, as I said, your career is, you've done a ton of projects in your career. So we're going to try and get to as much as we can, but let's get started with Significant Mother, obviously, since that's the most important right now. As we said, it premieres this Monday. So since none of us have seen it yet and none of our listeners have had a chance to see it yet, what can you tell us about the show and the character that you play?
The show, it's Significant Mother, and it's kind of a double entendre type of title, Significant Mother. I play the mother of a 26-year-old who has a best friend who's also 26, who I kind of helped raise, and they're roommates, and he goes away on a business trip and comes back to find out that me and his best friend are totally hooking up. And what makes it even worse is we actually really like each other. So I am newly divorced, or actually, I'll take that back. I'm not divorced yet. I am separated from my husband. I've been married for almost 30 years, and my husband is played by Jonathan Silverman. You guys might remember him from Weekend at Bernie's.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He's so fantastic, and he plays this great character named Harrison, who is just a pompous ass and wonderful. He plays it brilliantly, and so there's a lot of conflict between me and my now estranged husband, who also grew up with my now boyfriend, who we kind of saw in diapers. It's very strange. So it's Significant Mother, as in, so that's why it's called what it is. And I play a character named Lydia, and she's awesome.
So, it sounds like a whole lot of awkward going on.
It is a whole lot of awkward. That was the other choice for another title choice for the show. A whole lot of awkward. But, yeah.
It would have been fitting.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, you had mentioned Josh Zuckerman plays your son on the show,
yes.
and he is on the show playing a 26-year-old. Was it weird being asked to play a mother of an adult man? Because, I mean, you don't look like you would have a son who's 26 years old.
Well, I am the mother of an adult man, so, I mean, in real life, but he's 18. No, it's not weird at all. If I had my son when I was 18, in this show I had Nate, or, my son is Nate on the show. I had him when I was 18. So it makes complete sense. When I saw this, it was kind of weird at first, and I thought, I wonder if they're going to buy it. I wonder if they're going to buy that I could be a mom of a 26-year-old. And honestly, it really does work. They mommed me out a lot. They mommed me out a lot on this. So I'm not mom over.
Yeah, I'm definitely. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen where there's younger moms. Obviously, there are, but yeah, I mean, it'd be a lot weirder if somebody like Betty White was playing the mother in this show or something like that. It would have been a little bit even more of a whole lot of awkward, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because she would have had to have Nate when she was like 60. Right?
Yeah,
So.
that would have made it even weirder. This actually isn't your first foray with the CW either. You were part of a show called the LA Complex, which was a CW project as well. Although I think it only aired in Canada. Did it air in the U.S.?
No, it did air in the U.S. Just nobody watched it.
Oh.
It was another summer series for the CW. It started big in Canada, and then it came here. And, Marketing has a lot to do with the success of a show, and there's been a lot of shows that I thought were super cute that, they didn't really have the marketing behind it, and it kind of went away.
Yeah.
And I've seen shows that really totally sucked that had a lot of marketing, and they stayed for a while.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's really just the roll of the dice.
Yeah,
What?
I was gonna say we know what time of those shows, so they're not. There are shows that I wonder how, one, they've gotten produced in the first place, and two, why are they still on the air? And then shows that are so great that only last like 5 episodes and are canceled, and they should have lasted a lot longer than they did. So
yeah, it's really, it has so much to do with luck. It really does. It has so much to do with luck, and what I mean by that is, what's following? What are you following? What are you up against on the other end? What night do you have? What time slot do you have? All of this stuff. It's like where you're getting placed. It's kind of like Hollywood roulette. Ooh, I just made something up, didn't I?
Sounds like another new show.
there you go.
It is a roll of the dice.
This. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was just going to ask about the episode run for Significant Mother. You guys have 10 for this first season, is that right?
We have 9.
9,
We have
okay.
9 episodes, yeah. Maybe it's 10. Maybe it's 10 including the pilot. We shot them all in 6 weeks, so my brain is still a little...
Wow.
I just got back a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, we have those episodes, and then if we get picked up for a second season, we get to go back to Portland, which is where we shot it, and do some more, which would be awesome too.
Yeah, I think the CW is very good at kind of backing their shows. They seem to, even if they don't do, booming numbers, and I don't think we'll have to worry about that with Significant Mother, but even if they don't, they usually give them some time to kind of develop, because some shows do take time to develop. I think with a comedy, though, I think you guys are probably set. Dramas are usually the ones that take a little bit longer, but half-hour comedies, we always say we love half-hour comedies because they're so easy to watch and they're so fun to watch.
Yeah, they are. I love comedies. I do. I've never really been a huge I don't know. I like watching some of the shows, I guess, because if I'm at home and I see Vampire Diaries, I'm like, oh, I'll just watch it, and it's generally not awful, and it's interesting, but I don't know the storyline, because I don't watch those shows so much. But when I had a friend that was really, really into the Vampire Diaries, and I kind of became obsessed with it because there was so much going on. Or maybe it wasn't the Vampire Diaries. Maybe it was Pretty Little Liars. It was one of the CW shows.
It's kind of a big difference between those two shows, isn't there?
Yeah, I think so, but it was the one with the young kids.
I think that doesn't narrow it down.
I think that's a lot of CW shows.
It was the one with the really good-looking young kids.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
That's like all.
That narrows it down, right?
Yeah.
Another CW shows, Whose Line Is It Anyway? I know a lot of times they pull in, they'll have a guest each episode from another CW show, and I know you're kind of, you've done comedy in the past, and obviously this is a comedy. Is that something that would interest you, kind of appearing on Whose Line at some point?
Oh, hell yes. It would be a dream come true. I would love something like, oh my gosh, I would be in heaven. That would be amazing.
Yeah, we've talked to most of the guys from Whose Line, and they're all awesome. So hopefully, you guys get that renewal, and then we can see you next season on Whose Line too.
Oh, that would be so sweet. That would be really cool. I would have so much fun.
Well, Adam, you and I are going to be meeting Colin and Brad in November, so when we see them in person, we can put in a good word.
Yeah,
we'll see what we can do.
Put in a good word for me?
Yeah, there we go.
That's amazing. I would love it.
So
good.
I know you had been working long before this, but I think one of the first times I had ever really seen you and recognized you for who you were and stuff, you were doing, you were working on a project, but it ended up being part of Project Greenlight because you were filming Feast. Which I think, in all honesty, it's a very underrated horror movie. I thought it was very good, and I'm a big horror fan, so I was a big fan of Feast.
Right.
Is there a particular genre that you prefer doing, or are you pretty much open to anything, as long as it's acting and it gets you out there?
No, well, first, a couple of things. One, thank you. I really enjoyed that movie, too. It was fantastic, and I thought it was wonderful. And oddly enough, Josh, the guy that plays my son, was Hot Wheels. He was in the bar with me.
Oh, okay.
That long ago, there's a connection later on down the line. Me and Josh are now together, and he plays my son, which is phenomenal.
Yeah.
As far as the what was the second question?
Is there a particular genre that you prefer better than others, or do you just prefer anything?
No,
open to anything.
I like to think of it like this. I love what I do, but if it's kind of like if I'm listening to music and I really like a song, but it's not really the genre that I listen to, because maybe it's like dubstep or something, and I'm like, I actually like that beat. If it's a good song, it's a good song.
Mm-hmm.
And, if it's a country song or, whatever it is, I like it because it appeals to me, and I like it. And the same thing goes with different roles. I love comedy, and I love drama. And I probably love the comedy aspect more just because it's super fun. But if something came through that was dramatic and awesome, then of course I do it. But I don't. Yeah, I mean, it's also not taking things just because they're there. Although that happens sometimes too. You're like,
yeah.
You know what? I really got to pay the bills. This job is here. Okay, and it definitely happens where you're like, it's not like the greatest part in the world, and it's kind of stupid, but maybe nobody will see it.
I feel like that's every Keanu Reeves role.
Oh, stop it. Adam dislikes Keanu Reeves for some reason.
Not as a person.
I don't know.
No, that was pretty good. That was a good one.
Thanks. He's actually here. You just defended him, so.
Oh, crap. I guess scratch his name off our list of people to have on the podcast, I guess. And as Ben's mentioned, I mean, you've acted in comedies, dramas, horrors, and I know from, you had appeared in Unscripted in 2005, and you kind of were trying, early in your career at least, to kind of shed that typecast of being, the sexy girl in something and actually being taken more seriously. Do you feel like you finally shed that typecast now, after everything else that you've been able to do?
It's funny. That's such a great question, because that's what Unscripted was. The premise was about, but the show wasn't real.
Right.
So it wasn't. You know what I mean? Like, that was what my character was going through in the show. In terms of like shedding the sexy girl image and all that, because that's what we wrote for it. And it kind of stuck because that was a very strange hybrid of a show. One of my most favorite projects I've ever done, but one of the most confusing for the audience, because I played Krista Allen. I had a son named Jake. That was my son. They were going to cast another kid as my son, but my son killed it, and he was great. And so we thought, why not just use Jake? So in terms of all of that and being taken more seriously, that was so on me. It wasn't really so much anybody else. That wasn't anybody else's thing. Like, it was just what I was getting offered, and that was it. And it I had to step up my acting game a bit, like, do I want to do this? In order to be taken seriously, you kind of have to take your craft seriously. And I went through a phase of going, wow, okay, I'm going to play the sexy girl again, or I'll play I'll go play the super hot teacher, or I'm going to steal your husband. Those are all, then they were all really fun, but then I realized I'm not really growing so much. I'm kind of bored.
Right.
And I started to just work on my chops a little, and that in itself started opening things up. When people would see me for audition, they'd go, oh my God, you're actually really funny, or wow, great, awesome, and I get that job, and things would go on. So I think it's definitely helped, but it wasn't like, me crossing my arms and turning blue going, please don't think I'm sexy. No, please always think I'm sexy.
Says that. Yeah, I don't know anybody who says that to anybody else.
yeah, nobody's gonna hate me for being a pretty girl, so I'm okay with that. But I think, obviously, I'm 44, and I'm older now, and I'm not it's not back in, in the time when I was in my 30s, early 30s, and doing all the men's magazines and doing all this stuff. I'm in a different stage in my life now, and it's you can't help but take me a little bit more seriously and see me in a different light just because I'm that much older. So I'm pretty stoked about it.
Yeah. I know, as we've said a couple times already, you've done a ton of projects and you've worked with so many big name people, from Hasselhoff to Jim Carrey, Adam Sandler. I would have to be sure that it's probably pretty early on in your career, but do you ever remember a point, in time when you were really truly starstruck, or you kind of just stood back and you realized, I'm really doing this right now because of the person in front of you?
Yeah, I've had many moments like that. I've had a lot of personal moments like that where I've stepped back. I would date certain people, and I would meet certain people that would come in, and I go, oh my God, that is Catherine Zeta-Jones. That is Michael Douglas. These are people that I'm having dinner with, or this is, whoa, like looking around and going, where am I? I would have never thought this in a million years. And or just working with people that I had full-on crushes on when I was a kid, like John Stamos. I did a sitcom called Jake in Progress. That was John Stamos' show. I think it was NBC. It didn't last a super long time, but I was with John Stamos, and I got to work with him, and I remember thinking, God, this is so. I had him all over my wall. All my Tiger Beats and Teen Beats were John Stamos and David Lee Roth.
I'm working with Uncle Jesse.
Yeah.
Yes, Uncle Jesse. I know. So there's been so many moments like that where I just have to giggle and go, oh my God. But John Stamos is a big one for me.
Real quick, back to Significant Mother. What kind of, I know I had seen in a couple photos, it looks like Denise Richards makes an appearance at some point. What other kind of guest stars did you guys end up having this season?
Jerry O'Connell came and played my realtor, which was super fun. He's hilarious.
Oh, that's cool.
I've heard, I love Jerry O'Connell.
Oh man, he's so funny. He's just naturally a really funny guy, and I adore him. He has no filter, and it's great, and he's just wonderful. Just a great guy, a great funny actor. Makes really honest, wonderful choices, and he's great. It was really fun. He plays Bob, the realtor, in the show, and Linda Gray. I don't know if you remember Linda Gray from Dallas. She played Sue Ellen, drunk Sue Ellen on Dallas. She plays my mom. And she killed it. She was amazing. So that was really fun, too. We had a Weekend at Bernie's episode that's really super, super hilarious.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I ended up giving my son, well, I guess I can't say, but anyway, we have a Weekend at Bernie's episode, and Johnny called Bernie, and he came and played the hobo that helped prop Josh up, Nate, to doing the Weekend at Bernie's. So the roles are reversed. So,
that is awesome.
Yeah, so we have it's just so much fun. We had some really great people that came out and played.
Yeah, now I can't wait for that Weekend at Bernie's episode.
Yeah, no, I want to see that one too.
So stellar. It really is. It's really funny.
I also saw from your Instagram, which Twitter, Instagram, people can follow you at Krista Allen XO. You got to meet the Muppets this week. How did you end up getting hooked up with that?
Oh my God, it's so cool. Okay, well, my boyfriend is on a show for ABC, and he was doing a promo because the Muppets are doing their show. Muppets are doing their own reality show, and it's super cool. So they are doing promos with ABC actors, and because I know someone who's like really cool, I got to go and meet. I got to go meet Kermit and Miss Piggy and Fozzie Bear, and I got my picture taken with them.
That's awesome.
My dog, who lived until she was 18 years old, her name was Muppet. So, because she looked like a Muppet, but I just, yeah. So
Obviously, you're a fan of the Muppets, then.
I like them. I like them. Yeah.
I don't know anybody that doesn't like them. I was actually kind of hoping that maybe you're going to end up, they always have guest stars. I was thinking maybe you're going to guest star on one of the episodes.
Oh my gosh, I know. I wish I would. I that would be so fun. Let's just put that out there. Now that I've been around the Muppets, I can be like, yes, I have experience with Muppets.
Muppet experience is very important.
Add that to my resume. I think I need to add that experience with Muppets. I've watched them act.
Yeah. We won't say his name. You mentioned your boyfriend and how he's on an ABC show. I don't know if you want to mention his name or not. We know who it is, but we won't mention it just in case. I will say I had an opportunity to meet him last year for a couple minutes, and I'm a huge fan of his. So obviously best of luck with that too.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I got a picture with him last year, and I'm a huge fan of his as well. So. And we'll make you a deal. We'll get you on Whose Line if you get him on our podcast.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. That sounds great. That sounds awesome. No. You're listening to this, right?
Hey, even if you just get him to listen to us, I'll be happy with that too.
Okay, cool. Okay.
So I know we're getting to the end here, but we're definitely looking forward to checking out Significant Mother. It sounds like it's a great show. We're going to check it out. We're going to send all of our listeners to check it out too.
It is 9 episodes. You were right. I looked it up.
Oh, thank you.
So, it premieres this Monday, August 2nd, 9:30 on the CW, and we want to send people your way as well, as Adam had said. Instagram and Twitter at Krista Allen XO, and of course your website too, which is KristaAllen.com. So
great, thank you.
Thank
you so much.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. You're a blast to talk to. So we hope we get to talk to you again down the road, like for season 2.
Oh my gosh, I love that. That's so cool. I love just hearing season 2. So can we make a pact to do it?
Absolutely.
Get all these things happening.
It'll be a plan right now. We'll get you on Whose Line. You get us the interview, and we'll work on season 2.
It's gonna be a busy year.
Man, this is good. Okay, I like it.
Krista, thanks again for joining us. This was a blast.
Yeah, it really was. Thank you so much.
All right, guys, we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be back right after this.